guys, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have a card for you that I cased from the new holiday catalog. I just changed the colors. I think I actually changed the colors. I'd have to look in the catalog to make sure. I can't remember. I made this a couple of weeks ago. This was one of the cards that we made at my local card and coffee class. And so I wanted to share it with you guys, and I think it's super cute. We use a lot of the Stampin' Blends. This rainbow of color just makes me so happy. I just love the Stampin' Blends. If you do not have them, it is a purchase you must make because they are phenomenal. So I'm going to get started, and I'll show you really quick. We're going to use the Country Home stamp set, and this, like I said, is from the new holiday catalog. I used the chicken wire elements, and what I did for my gals, I like to pre-cut stuff for them. I just cut the strips and then cut the strips in half, and then we just use snail to adhere them there to the back. So super easy to do. And then before I forget, I want to mention to you guys too, if you visit my blog, it's bobbystamps.com. I have the free PDF downloadable tutorial for you. It has all of the supply list and the directions. Some people have a hard time finding where they're supposed to click to download it. Underneath the tiled image, right in the left-hand corner, it's very, very tiny, but it's a hyperlink that says supply list, and that's what you click on, and then you can download this and print it for yourself for future use. And so I have everything already in the little envelope like we used as I presented it to them at the card and coffee class. So I'm just going to pull out everything that's in there. And I also used the new folder, the 10 tile dynamic textured impressions embossing folder. I have not embossed this piece yet, so I'll have to do that. But this is a piece of mint macaron, and it is cut at 4 1/4 by 11, and then it is scored at 5 1/2. And then our next layer that we're going to run through the folder is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have a piece of Whisper White. I'll have to measure these because I can't remember. So this one is 2 1/2 by 4 3/4, and then the DSP that we're going to layer right behind it is 2 1/2. I think it's the exact same by 5. And then this piece we don't need because I always take that a piece for them to finish off the insides. And then, like I said, I just have, just snipped little pieces of the chicken wire for them to be able to layer behind there. So we're going to use the little milk can, and then the flowers on top, and then we're going to just make that little ring and then stamp the hello. We're going to use Memento ink. I don't know where it is. I know I brought it over here, so I'll have to find it. Okay, thought I brought it over with me, and I didn't. So here is the Memento ink. And so for our Stampin' Blends, I am going to use the Dark Daffodil Delight, the Light and Dark Rich Razzleberry, the Light and Dark Old Olive, the Light and Dark Soft Suede, the Light and Dark, I believe this is Smoky Slate, and the Dark Pumpkin Pie. And then I brought the color lifter just in case I needed to use it for anything. So I'm just going to kind of scoot those all out of the way. I'll bring in our piece of Whisper White that we're going to do our stamping on. And I'm just going to put that right there in the middle. And then I'm just going to ink up the milk can. And you just want to kind of stamp it down towards the bottom. You want to make sure that you're leaving enough room up here for the flower image. And I'm just going to flip this one this way. Since it's bigger than my ink pad, I just find it's easier to do that way. And then these are very, very easy to see where you're lining up because you have the photopolymer. It's all clear. Then we'll just ink up the little oval. We're just going to put that right in the center of the milk can. And then we're just going to ink up hello. And you're just going to stamp it right in the middle like that. Super easy. Now comes the fun part. And the relaxing part for most is the coloring. So what I did was I took my Stampin' Blends, the dark, and I just, wherever there was like a dark image, I just kind of accentuated it with the Stampin' Blend marker. Just kind of like this. Just to add shading. Just going to put a little bit there and a little bit there. Now, I might come back in with that in just a minute, but for right now, I'm just going to use the light. And I know this is boring, just watching someone color and not a lot of talking, but if I talk a lot, it's going to make me go outside my lines. So just bear with me while I try to get this done. These things just blend so magically. I mean, I'm just amazed every time I use them that how easy it makes it to just color these images. Okay, so I think I have enough of the light. Now I'm going to go back in just like I knew I would with the dark. I'm just going to kind of highlight some more areas. And you can kind of do some shading if you kind of want to do that on your own. I think I'm gonna shade in a bit up here, just make it a little bit darker there, and I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna kind of leave it there for that. Probably done with those, so I'm just gonna scooch those out of the way, and then I'm just gonna look over at my. We'll just lay this right here so I can kind of use it as in comparison. So I'm just gonna use probably start out with the light soft suede and just color these in. This is such a pretty fall image. And then I just kind of went back through over top of those little dots and just, you don't have to get every one of them, but just kind of accentuate those just to add a little bit of shading. And then I'm going to use the dark Daffodil Delight, and I just kind of went in and colored these in. These are a little bit harder to get because they are super tiny. So it's really easy to get out of the lines, and it's even easier when you're talking. And my head is not over my image because I'm trying to keep my head back so you guys can see. So that even makes it even harder. So let's grab some of the light rich razzleberry, and I'm just going to use it to color in these little circles right here because we're going to use the dark on the bigger flower. Okay, I think I have all of them. And now I'm just going to take the old olive and we're just going to start coloring in this image. And you can go back in and we'll add some shading. But for right now, I'm just going to color this whole thing in right here. Sometimes with these images, it's kind of hard to tell what goes with what. Kind of have to stop and then look at it again. So then we'll just go ahead and do the dark rich razzleberry. And you could do the light and then go back in and add shadows with the dark. But I did find that I liked the image better if it was all in dark. I actually tried it both ways as I was working on this card for my class. And if you guys get bored watching me color, feel free to fast forward to the end or until at least I'm done coloring. I know that's what I do sometimes when I'm watching videos and it's like, yeah, I know how to color. I don't need to watch that. But I do like to watch it because you never know. They might say something that teaches you a good tip on how they do it. So I'm just going to go back in now, like I said, and I'm just going to, just in various spots, put a little bit of dark, just like that. Not very much, just going to leave it. And then I'm going to take the dark pumpkin pie, and we're just going to color in the hello. Okay, and then you can use the lifter if you got too much and you wanted to make it a little bit lighter in some areas, but I'm okay with it. So I'm just going to use or move my image, and then I'm going to grab my Big Shot, and then we'll just take our piece of mint macaron and the 10 tile dynamic impressions folder. We're only going to need one plate because this is a one of the thicker folders. And I'm going to throw it everywhere. Okay. Just let me move that out of the way, get these markers out of my way really quick, and we can start putting the card together. So I'm just going to grab my snail. And then we're just going to center this. You could add some of the baker's twine or the linen thread too if you wanted to, just to make this even be a little bit more country than it already is. One thing I did forget to mention too is the 1/2 inch circle punch. That's how we're going to notch out our little corners, and you just kind of put it in there like that, and you're just eyeballing it. When I first seen this in the catalog, I was like, oh, how did they do that? And then it was like, light bulb moment. Oh, okay. Super cute. So then I'm just going to take some of the snail, and I'm going to, on this side, it doesn't really matter which side has the top and which side has the bottom, but you just want to be careful because the chicken wire is white on one side and silver on the other, that you're placing it the right side that you want to show up. So I'm just going to put that one there, and then I'm just going to layer this one right there like that on that one. Okay, and then I'm going to put, you can use dimensionals on this too if you wanted to pop it just a little bit, but for the sake of the video I'm just going to use snail. Okay, and then you're just going to layer this. It should layer perfect right like that. And then we'll put some more snail on the back. And then we'll just put this right in the center of our card. So I don't even think I mentioned this, you guys. This is my free card packet for September. So if you spend $25, I'll send you one free card packet. If you spend $35, you'll receive 2. And then if you spend $50, you'll receive all 3 of the card packets. So this is card 1. This is card 2. And this is card 3. I have them in the envelopes because that's the way I take them to my local card and coffee class. So I will be back in a couple of days to show you card 2, and then at the end of the week I'll be here to show you card 3. Thanks guys, and make sure that you hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys.